Everybody, my name is Brian Bauman with imageOne. Today I'm recapping a LinkedIn series that I started, which is a top 10 business lies that we still believe. If you're anything like me, you might remember staying up late watching Letterman's top 10 list. And what got me thinking is there's always enough truth behind every joke that he did there, which got me thinking if businesses had their own top 10 lists, what would be on it? Not technology trends, not the latest AI buzzwords, but the top 10 business lies that we still believe, because those are the things that we've all said that seem harmless until you really think about them. So today we're going to recap the first three on that list. So I have a brief presentation and then hop over to a demo to highlight a little bit more there. But again, my name is Brian Bauman. I'm a process analyst here at imageOne. We're going to look at numbers 10, 9, and 8 on the list, look at some brief stats behind those business lies, and then hop over to a demonstration and highlight exactly how we can solve a lot of those common business problems today. So number 10 on the list was, I know exactly where that document is. It's something that we have all said time and time again. I know exactly where that document is. It's probably in SharePoint. And then you think about it, actually, you know what? Maybe accounting has it, or maybe Susan. She usually knows where those things are at, the fail-safe person that knows exactly where everything's at. And what those things equate to at the end of the day is lost time. It's searching for documents, trying to figure out who stored it where, and anything in between. So, brief stat: roughly 30% of knowledge workers' days today go into searching, which is an astronomical amount. That is not mission critical work that's getting done. It's searching. And at the end of the day, searching's not work. It's an obstacle that happens every single time before the actual work begins, which is a big deal. So we'll look at that one in a second here. Number 9 on the list was, it's faster if I just type it myself. I've heard accounting teams say this many times. And yeah, maybe if it's one document, sure, maybe it's a little bit faster. But the problem is it's not just one document. It's hundreds of documents, or in some case, thousands of documents over a month. And that time adds up. So what does manual data entry create? It's mistakes, it's rework, it's delays, and at the end of the day, it's not fun work either. It's employee frustration. It's things that knowledge workers are not paid to do. People should not be doing data entry at the end of the day. What they should be doing is reviewing information, looking at exceptions to items that they may need to. Your employees are hired to think, not to out-type software. And number 8 is it's only one missing document. Again, I know I've said that one before. Nobody panics over one missing document until that document is something that the auditor asked for, or the customer asked for, or the attorney asked for. And the price you pay is, again, that searching, not valuable time spent, interruptions in your day, lost productivity, customer delays, which is never a good thing, compliance risk, which is absolutely never a good thing. And at the end of the day, all those things can impact revenue. So, they just compound on each other. Nobody budgets for searching. It's not something that I've ever seen in a budget, but absolutely every organization pays for it at the end of the day, which is something that can be addressed very, very easily. So what can we learn from this? It's not just about the documents at the end of the day. What it is about finding information. It's about eliminating that repetitive work, reducing the risk to the organization, and helping people focus on higher value work that is what they were actually paid to do. And some very high level stats behind the actual document there is leveraging intelligent document processing technology can cut data entry time by 95%. That is a huge amount of time that can get put right back into somebody's day where they're not having to have fingers on a keyboard. Utilizing proper tools can easily capture an hour back per day per employee when you know exactly where you need to go and find them, where you don't have to hunt and peck for every single document that's out there. Again, those are tons and tons of time back in each employee day, not just across the organization 1 hour a day. It's across the organization per employee, which is huge. And some average costs of documents. So just to file a document, by the time it is processed and filed away, it typically is around $20 per document. A misfiled documents can go upwards of $120 to locate those documents. It's, okay, those ones that I know I sorted out here somewhere. So you spend just an astronomical amount of time searching for them, which is not valuable time. And then a lost document, which is even compounded more, is taking in that misfiled document and then having to reach back out to the vendor, get that again, get that data off the document again if needed, and then at the end of the day, I guess file away again. So what I want to show is some high level things on how we can accomplish these common problems, these lies that we continue to tell ourselves, that I continue to see again and again across organizations. So I'm going to hop over into actual demo here and highlight some of these things. So again, number 10 on the list was, I know exactly where that document lives. So what I'm showing you today is DocuWare, and its foundation is built on a centralized document repository. It's not a file cabinet. It is not a shared drive, not even SharePoint. All of those things are just file storage places. It's not a proper place to manage those documents. So it's the foundation of the house, and it's where everyone across the organization that needs to process or view those documents know exactly where to find them. So that's accomplished very quickly right from the bat. Number 9 on the list was, hey, we talk about how much faster it is if I type it myself. Well, again, just another lie that we commonly hear. And I'm going to bring in a couple documents here from an accounting world example, but bring in some documents that are just stored out here on my shared drive, and we can get documents in all kinds of format. We can even automatically capture documents that are coming into a shared email inbox. So that's time that's, again, captured back instantly. But as soon as these documents land, whether it's right now, whether it's at midnight, the first thing that happens is the tool starts reading these documents and saying, have I seen this before? And now I'm going to come back and tell you my confidence level of the data that I got off this document. And I can guarantee you 10 times out of 10, the data that was just extracted off of this document is astronomically faster than a human typing each one of these line items. And then throw in the line item detail on top of that, and that's even more time captured back. So very, very easily time captured back there that we can look at. And last one is that one document. No one panics over that one document until you actually need to find it. So the searching component, when you have a centralized document repository, is huge. You know exactly where you're going. One, business critical documents should always live in a document management system. But now you have all of these index fields that you can search by. So I want to see everything from customer US Steel. I can search for that, pull up every single document that I've stored out there. You can narrow down those searches and look for even more refined search results there. So when you know exactly where it is and how easy it is to find based on whatever criteria you're searching for, that's again tons of time that we're capturing back. And the problem isn't that document disappeared, it's that no one can find it efficiently when they need to. So a real life story that I want to share is around a customer that had a lot of pain, and when a client had emailed them saying, hey, where is this? Can I get the signed document of the proof of delivery here? So what happened in that world was customer service called the accounting team. Accounting then checked their ERP and it wasn't there. Accounting then asked the operations team to look into their network folders, which again, now we're looking at all these different places of where they could be when they should be in one common place. Operations checked their email, and then at the end of the day, it was finally found after searching about 5 different. And where was it? It was stored in their email. And email is probably the worst place you can store business critical documents, but that's where it was. They ended up finding later on that it was actually stored in SharePoint as well, but it was dragged and dropped into the wrong file folder. It just happened to be somebody was looking into another folder and found that one as well. So I want to highlight that one really quick in an email example. And what it looks like is, pull up my email here, the ability to find that document in seconds versus in that case, it was probably 30, 40 minutes before it was actually found. So here's this email coming in. Hey, have we received both documents for this PO number? And they were looking for invoice and packing slip. So all I'm going to do is highlight over the actual field that I'm searching for, which in this case is that PO number. And on my keyboard, it looks like magic, but I'm just hitting a predefined key combination, Control S, And what happens is it instantly brings up all the documents associated with that PO number. So you can see very quickly, hey, here's my packing slip, here's my PO, and guess what? I don't have an invoice in. So I can answer that so quick because we have the centralized repository that we're actually looking at. So as you can see, these things are huge at the end of the day. And starting small, starting with things that sound so simple can really create so much more efficiency in your day to day and take things further from there. So the next few that I'll be sharing is more around workflow, and then I'll be queuing up some AI tools at the end of this series. But hope this is helpful for you all that are viewing this. Again, it's very common things that we see in day to day that can be accomplished and solved for very, very quickly with a tool like DocuWare. So thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you guys again, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.